Well, folks, welcome to another Friday fishing forecast, and I hope everybody had a good weekend last weekend. The weather was it was calm on Saturday, but it was still rolly from the residual winds that we had. So it was a solid 2 to 3 foot rolls that we had to deal with, which wasn't horrible. Sunday was a little rougher than what they said it was going to be. Well, a lot rougher, actually. It was the rollers, and it had white caps on top of it. But we were able to get out. You saw the Sunday fishing episode before the Saturday fishing episode. So it was, both days were really good. One day we did very well on the red grouper. And then on Saturday we did very well on the mangrove snapper. And we actually had that wahoo come up to the boat, and we played with him for a while, and we lost him 2 times. But we didn't have the proper gear for a wahoo. You really don't expect to see something like that normally, and I personally have never seen one. Chad's seen them before, and a couple of the guys on the boat have seen them, but I've never seen them before. So that was kind of a cool little thing to see and to witness, and it's amazing how fast they are. The fastest fish that swims. So it was pretty cool. But overall, it was a nice weekend. I know the tides were relatively pretty slow, so it was the Sunday bite was, both the days were right on the minor feeding time. So again, if you don't follow the minor feeding times, you definitely want to do that. You definitely want to pay attention to those feeding times, because both the days, those minor feeding times, the fish went off. Like on that Sunday trip that you saw with the red grouper, almost majority of our fish were caught during that minor feeding time. So you didn't see the whole day. You just saw about an hour to an hour and 15 to 20 minutes that was jammed into that video. So that just goes to show you, it looks like we caught a lot of fish, which we did, but it was in a very short amount of time. So just pay attention to those Salooners. I'm telling you that they work, and they're almost dead on. So just pay attention to those. Let's go ahead and get into the tides and the Salooners for this weekend. Like I said, it looks like it's going to be a beautiful weekend. The winds are going to be low. We're just going to get the sea breeze in the afternoon. It looks like most of the rain is going to be inland, so it's not going to affect us here on the coast. So that's a good thing. Let's go ahead and get into the tides and Salooners. On Saturday, we have a very long incoming tide until 11:15 a.m. at a 2.6 foot, and then it drops very quickly to a negative 0.4 at 7:29 p.m. Then on Sunday, we have a high tide at 12 p.m. at a 2.8 foot, and then we have a negative low tide at 8:20 p.m. at a negative 0.5. So as you can see, we're coming into the full moon. The full moon is on the 2nd, so that might inhibit the bite a little bit, but if you're going to go night fishing, you might do very, very well. We just don't do very well night fishing. Not sure why. We've had a couple of trips that were good, but most of them have not been very good. So you want to pay attention to those tides. Great tides for tarpon fishing. I used to love these tides in the late afternoons for flats fishing, because if you know where these fish are going to stage up, they're like shooting fish in a barrel. They get into certain areas, they come out of those trees, and they become very easy to target as long as you know where to look. My biggest thing that I did was I looked for mullet. So when you see the mullet, you definitely are going to find the fish. So just keep that in mind when you're flats fishing. Let's go ahead and talk about the Salooners. On Saturday, we have a major feeding time from 10:45 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. Then we have a minor feeding time from 6:33 p.m. to 7:33 p.m. Then on Sunday, we have a major feeding time from 11:47 a.m. to 1:47 p.m. And we have a minor feeding time from 7:41 p.m. to 8:41 p.m. So that minor feeding time on Sunday is going to coincide with the sun going down. Again, you get a barometric change when the sun goes down. It actually lowers. So when you hear people talk about the sunrise and the sunset bite, that is exactly why the bite picks up at those times. So that minor feeding time late or in that evening period is going to be really good on Sunday. But those majors should be really, really good in the late morning, early afternoon. So if you've not paid attention to them, please start paying attention to those. I know I preach that all the time, but it is a very important tool that I have learned over the 35 years that I've been fishing out here. It is something that I learned that is a very important key part of my fishing trips. So just pay attention to those. Again, like I said, the weather looks like it's going to be really, really nice. We're going to have the sea breezes in the afternoon, just like we have right now. I'm actually filming this on a Thursday because I will be offshore fishing with Sunray Marine tomorrow, and then we're fishing Saturday, and then we're fishing Monday. So we've got a lot of fishing ahead. We had a lot of fishing this last week, so I still have one more video to edit and get out. So I've got a lot going on. Again, I just want to say thank you to everybody for all of the support. We're continuing to stay busy. As you saw, we have signed up another retailer, Lakeland Fishing Outfitters. They have our jigs up and ready for sale. So if you live in the Lakeland area, that's a great place to get our jigs. Again, I just want to say thank you so much for all of the support. We really, really appreciate it. Fish more, catch more, and we'll see you on the flip side.